months has been to provide for the safety and security of all of our residents, both young and old, to get our schools back open and to keep our economy thriving. Our challenges have been many, and most communities have been left on their own to figure all these things out. The importance of teamwork involving local and regional and state and national players has never been more critical to our survival. Those who rose to the challenge, rolled up their sleeves, and got the job done should be commended for their remarkable work. It's been an outstanding accomplishment, and we have much to be grateful for. We give our thanks and praise to all of those who have done the right thing. Today, we have one of our most important regional players who over the last few years has played a vital role in the success of our community. His proven leadership and administrative skills has helped both cities and counties across the region with programs that's helped transform lives. As Executive Director of both the Upper Cumberland Development District and Upper Cumberland Human Resource Agency, Mark Farley has shown what teamwork and having a plan do to promote economic stability and supply vital support services to Warren County residents. Today, we welcome to the program Mr. Mark Farley. So welcome today, sir. And if you would, just give us a little brief introduction about the agencies, a little bit about the services, and some of the programs that have been available through the CARES Act money.
Be glad to do that, and I appreciate the kind words there in the introduction. Obviously, as you mentioned, I oversee both agencies, the Upper Cumberland Development District and the Human Resource Agency. And I want to talk first about the Development District. You know, we're by nature an economic development organization. Our goal, our main focus is how do we build up and increase the economies of the 14 counties that make up the Upper Cumberland region. Obviously, Warren County is one of our larger communities. So we have a number of programs already in existence to try and work with businesses to make sure that they have the capital they need and the assistance they need to get through and to grow and to thrive and to be successful members of the economy in Warren County. Especially through the CARES Act, we've had some additional funding come our way, and we're very excited. Some of this we're trying to decide how to implement as we go along. Obviously, when you're dealing with the COVID-19 situation, you have to be very fluid because things change from day to day. But we've got several programs that we're very, very excited about that we're going to be bringing to the region, and I'd love to detail them this morning. The first one I want to talk about is our revolving loan fund for businesses. For those who are struggling right now, keeping the doors of their business open, I just want you to know that there are a lot of assistance out there for you. We've got at the Upper Cumberland District a couple programs for the local businesses. First is a revolving loan fund to help make sure you've got the capital to keep those doors open, whether it be to do improvements or you're just needing cash flow to try and make sure that you're able to get through the next few payroll cycles as businesses are struggling right now. We've got a number of different options through that program. It's through our one of our component units, the Cumberland Area Investment Corporation. But we've especially excited because we've got an additional $5 million in just the last month to assist in helping businesses in our Upper Cumberland region. And that money is available at a very good rate compared to what you can get at a bank. We're going to be around the 2% range, which is far below what the market rate is. Obviously, we're looking to help those businesses that are struggling, those businesses are trying to overcome or need to be improved because of COVID-19. So we've got that available, and with all these programs, if you'll just call the Upper Cumberland Development District, our main line number is area code 931-432-4111. Obviously, we have a website. We encourage you to go there. They can give you the contact information where you need to go to. Along with the revolving fund, we also have a lot of technical assistance. We also oversee the Small Business Development Center in a partnership with Tennessee Tech that's able to provide a lot of technical expertise, accounting, legal, those type of issues. Right now, especially with everything going on, people are worried about, are they doing enough? Are they providing enough safety measures? Are they meeting the expectations of the governor's executive orders. And we've got a lot of assistance on that. We've got people that's looking at what's required of our businesses so that we can help answer those questions as well. But that Small Business Development Center, it's one of those great programs that offers a lot of technical assistance to businesses year-round, regardless of the COVID-19, but especially right now, we've got additional programs that are available there. And just generally, anything that we can do to help lift those businesses up, we want to try and provide that assistance if we can if possible. So that's the main one from the business standpoint. I might shift just a little, before I shift off of the development district, I also want to talk about our aging program, because we run the area agency on aging and disability, which works on providing a better quality of life for our senior population. And obviously, a lot of people are concerned about the senior population, making sure they have proper nutrition, transportation, those type of things. And we do have a lot of programs there where we're able to help. And obviously, if you know anybody that is struggling to have enough food, nourishment for them, and they're over 65, we want to talk to you, because we've got programs to help in that as well. Moving over to the Human Resource Agency, it covers a lot of different programs that you may be aware of, the public transit, the U-carts. Obviously, we've continued every day, regardless of what's going on in this world, we've continued every day transporting individuals to doctors' offices, to the grocery store, to wherever they need to go. And those programs are still there, and we're looking any way we can to expand those and grow those. We're very excited because we were able to offer a new service in the city of Matt-Minville with our deviated fixed route system that is running there on a fixed schedule to various points around Matt-Minville. And we're very excited to see that grow and become even more popular there in that area. But at Human Resource Agents, we have a lot of assistance programs right now, especially those who are going through difficult times. We actually have an office there. It's in the backside of Mayor Haley's office there, the administrative building, at the Upper Cumberland Human Resource Agency office there. Carrie Baker is our coordinator that oversees that office, and she's there ready to serve you whatever issues you may have. If you're needing rent assistance, meal vouchers, if you need utility assistance, we're there to help you. We've got money available. We want to work with you. We just encourage you to come and talk to us. And there's a lot of individuals now that qualify with the new regulation changes because of COVID-19. There are people out there that never qualified for this before, but you do qualify now. Many people will. So if you have questions, we just encourage you to reach out. Let us go through your situation and see if there's anything that we can do to help you. Many times, if we don't have a program, we know somebody else that does, and we can partner with them to try and help you in whatever that situation may be. That's a quick overview of a lot of services and a lot of programs. I'm not sure if you've got anything specific, or if there's anything that you can think of I've missed. I'd be glad to talk about it.
Well, once again, you've been a team player. The 14 counties of the Upper Cumberland, you keep all of the mayors connected. You help us put strategies together to work as a regional group to promote economic vitality across this area. So you have helped over the course of years with the local strategic plan, the economic strategies that have been put together over the last few years. It's taken the city and the county to a much higher level and more economically, prosperous has made the difference, and we've all seen it. And so you've helped us with grants, you've helped us with assistance and guidance on what's the next step. You've kept us connected with players in economic development across the state. The transportation, the transit system that was implemented has been a godsend as well. And so most rural communities lack public transportation, and U-carts was not always available, but that system, that network is growing, and it has filled a huge void in public transportation across this county. One of the things that I did want to discuss a little bit, and you may want to discuss it as well, that Warren County just received the home grant, the $500,000 home grant with your assistance. I know it's been put on a little bit up on hold because of COVID and not being able to hold the public meetings and get the input for the application process. But you might want to talk a little bit about the home grant and how that works just a little bit, and who might qualify for it, because I feel like when this pandemic is over, there'll be a lot of people kind of revisiting their lifestyles, and I think those funding dollars will probably help go a long way in stabilizing the homes of certain, particularly elderly people and those living on fixed incomes.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up. The home grant is intended to try and help those individuals that are struggling to maintain their homes at a safe level. And obviously, in a lot of our programs, our goal is to keep people in those single-family residences because we feel like that's the best situation. With the home program, we're able to come in and help. Now, depending upon the number of projects that we elect to do, we've got a limited amount of money. I would encourage you, if you've got a situation or if you've got a family member that is living in a home that has some issues, especially from a safety standpoint. Is it being maintained? Do you need assistance in upgrading it to make it safe? Make it more weather efficient. I mean, obviously, getting ready to, while we're going through the summer months, we know winter's coming and it's going to be cold one day soon. Is it a situation where they're in a safe environment from that standpoint? So if you're in that situation or if you've got a family member, we encourage you to reach out. As I said, generally there's hard and fast income limits, those type of things. I don't really want to get into those minute details, but a lot of those things you've got some flexibility with everything going on in the world right now. So I'd encourage anybody that has that situation to reach out and see if that's something we can work with. And it doesn't hurt to get told no. I mean, that's the worst thing that can happen if you don't qualify. But, we don't want people thinking they don't qualify but they really do. So I'd encourage you to reach out. When we start having those public hearings, obviously those will be advertised. We'll try and get those out on social media, but also I think they'll be advertised in the paper there in the county. So I encourage you to reach out and just see if you qualify and see if there's a way we can help you.
So it goes a long way, the services, particularly of UCHRA, to help lift up folks, but these additional grant dollars and assistance through THDA and has gone a long way across this county, and so we appreciate all that support and expertise, and with the grant writing that's been so successful for us across these last few years. So I know you're on a tight schedule a little bit, and I want to give you the opportunity of just giving some parting words, some words of encouragement to lift up the residents of Warren County, and this goes all really across the Upper Cumberland, so other people will be seeing this as well.
Well, let me start by saying, first, I appreciate all the kind words that you said. That starts, though, from the local leadership, and obviously the job that you and Mayor Newman have done is tremendous. You've got other key local players there that have provided great leadership. Obviously, having the resources you have in Montlow and the TCAT, along with the work that Bobby Cox has done over the years in the school system, has really laid the groundwork for Warren County to really be successful. And I think Warren County, as well as many other communities across the region, we're going to come out of this stronger and better. Now, obviously, you don't hear that everywhere you look, or you don't see that everywhere you look, but we are. We're going to be coming out of this stronger and better because we've got a very resilient workforce, resilient communities, and we know how to take a bad situation and turn it into something good. And Warren County has really laid the groundwork. They've got some things there, especially your robotics lab that has been done in the last couple of years. Those are assets that nobody else has, and that will allow us to build back faster when things pick up and businesses start looking to relocate. So I will commend the leadership there in the county and the city because you've done a great job setting the foundation for growth in the future, and I think great things will come.
And thank you for all your assistance, because the Development District has been a key component in our formula for success. You've been that variable that we could add to each and every time with your leadership and your staff's leadership. So whether it's Megan or Tommy or any of the staff there have always been so helpful and assisted us both when I was city mayor and now as county mayor. And then as we transition to new leadership in the city, it'll even be more important to keep that connectivity and that teamwork approach in place as we move to the next level. And as you said, as we successfully complete what our strategic plans are and use this as an opportunity to grow and be more successful and more vibrant than ever as a community. We realize that Warren County is in really the next growth circle from Nashville. We've put the foundations in place, and believe me, we will be still asking for assistance from the Development District as we move forward with these plans. Commissioner Rolfe will be joining me on BLTV in a couple of weeks, and so we'll be reiterating some of the programs that have been put in place through the help of the state, but we'll also be looking toward the future as well. So we hope to continue our relationship with the Development District and the Human Resource Agency as Warren County rebounds in the next few months from this pandemic, and as we put together the next phase of our success that we were developing in our strategic plans over the last few years. So thank you for joining us today, and wish your staff well, and we appreciate all that you've done over the course of years to help bring really us in focus and in tune with what really resources are available and how we could actually cash in on those as a community. So thank you very much, Mr. Farley.
Thank you for the opportunity.
We want to thank Mr. Farley and once again for the success that Warren County has had. A great deal of it has been related to some of the services and the assistance that the Development District has offered over the last few years. So today on my preparedness team that will be doing reports and updates, I want to first welcome Dale Humphrey, CEO, River Park St. Thomas Ascension, and then we will have Grant Swallows from Director of Schools for Warren County, and then Vice Mayor of the City of McMinnville, Ryle Chastain. So we will invite Mr. Humphrey to the podium.
Thank you, County Executive Haley. Good morning, Warren County. I'm Dale Humphrey, the CEO of St. Thomas River Park Hospital, and just giving some more updates on where we are as a community with COVID-19. There are over 25.3 million cases documented worldwide, with 16.7 million cases recovered. Global deaths are at over 848,000, or 3.3% of patients expire worldwide from COVID. There are 16.5 million that have recovered worldwide. Nationally, the U.S. has the most cases with over 6 million cases, which is 2.2 million more than Brazil. The U.S. also has the highest number of deaths at over 183,000 for a 3% death rate, and 1.6 million U.S. cases have recovered. From a state perspective, Tennessee has 153,000 cases, 114,000 recoveries, and 1,747 deaths. That is a 1.1% death rate, so better than the worldwide average and better than the national average. 6,840 Tennesseans have been hospitalized, and as a state, we have performed almost 2.2 million tests. Warren County stands at 853 cases, 554 recoveries, and 7 deaths, which is a 0.8% death rate. We have performed over 11,000 tests for COVID in Warren County. Within St. Thomas River Park, we continue to treat positive COVID-19 patients in our emergency department, hospital, ICU, and clinics, and we currently have 6 positive patients admitted between our ICU and our COVID unit. We have successfully treated several patients with the drug remdesivir at St. Thomas River Park, and in a collaborative study between Ascension and the Mayo Clinic involving 35,000 patients who were given convalescent plasma, mortality improved in that group from 12% down to 8.7% in severe cases of COVID-19 when convalescent plasma was administered within the first 3 days. At River Park, we continue to limit visitors in our ICU, behavioral health unit, rehab unit, and emergency department to only those absolutely necessary. In addition, we are still requiring face masks to be worn by all patients, visitors, associates, and physicians. We will provide you with a healthcare grade face mask if you need one to enter the facility. If you are unable to wear a mask due to legitimate healthcare reasons, please contact our registration department and we will work with you to arrange for you to be treated or tested safely. We have shown face masks to be extremely effective at preventing the spread of the virus when worn properly and practicing social distancing and hand hygiene. I'd like to give a special thanks today to the McMinnville Police Department and the Warren County Sheriff's Department for their frequent assistance and protection of our hospital and community. Thank you for watching today, and God bless you.
Good morning. I'm Grant Swallows, the Director of Schools in Warren County. Just want to give you a few updates and say that we are continuing our school year in an effective manner. Our school board did vote a week ago to continue in our hybrid format with our school that we began the year in the first 2.5 weeks. We originally had set a date for this past Monday, yesterday, that we would have opened traditionally, but the school board and along with a lot of input from a lot of people decided that this hybrid format where students are learning in person for 2 days and remotely for 3 days was the safest and most efficient and effective route that we could take, and that has been extended through the first 9-week grading period. We will continue to monitor that through these first few weeks, or these remaining weeks. Again, our hope is to return to a traditional setting in schools where we have students back 5 days, but at this point in time, we are going to continue with this hybrid and continue to monitor it as we go through. We do have some questions that have come through regarding the hybrid format where students are learning. Just remember, there is a difference between students that are learning remotely in the traditional setting and those students that are learning in the VIP at home setting. Those students in the VIP at home setting are learning remotely 5 days a week. Those in the hybrid format are learning 3 days remotely. They are tied to their school. Obviously, they are also learning in person 2 days a week where they're having interactions with their teachers. I do want to give you an update. We are trying our best to be transparent with all the information. As you can imagine, with all the students that we have and all the staff, combining all that information takes some time. We have had some sickness. But we have been able to control that much more efficiently and effectively with the way we've been doing it. I released it to the paper last week, but I do want to update that we do have 23 students that are in isolation. We have 71 students that are in quarantine. Understand the difference between those two. Isolation are students that have tested positive. Quarantine are students that have been exposed by close contact. So they are not sick if they are in quarantine. They would only be sick if they are listed in isolation. Quarantine students, again, are those that are coming in close contact. We feel like with this hybrid model of instruction, we are limiting that close contact, and so we're able to do that in the classroom and in our common areas much more effectively. And we feel like, based on the numbers of school systems around us and throughout the state, that we've been able to do that effectively and keep our students safe and healthy. We do still want to encourage everyone. We do have a mask mandate that also helps us slow the spread of this virus. We are seeing that being done very effectively by our students and our staff and our school buildings. I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of the way they've been leading in that regard, and I'm asking them to continue. I also do want to say that our sporting events obviously have returned. We've seen a number of sporting events that have been held here in Warren County. Proud of our Pioneers and their victory Friday night over Cannon County. They'll go to Rockvale this Friday night. Just want to let you know that the TSSAA, in order for those events to happen, established criteria that have to be followed by all schools throughout the state of Tennessee. Temperatures will be taken before you are able to enter a sporting event. Masks are required. Social distancing is required. The limiting of the number of people that can attend a contest is required. All those things are being taken into account. We have put those measures into place for our school system. I'm asking that our community and our fans work with us on that so that we can continue our sporting events. My biggest fear is that if we don't follow through with those mandates and the things that have to be done, we're looking at a situation to where those sporting events are going to be taken away, and we do not want that to happen. First and foremost, for our kids. They're the ones that need to be out there playing and doing the things that team sports allow them to do, and for them to learn through those situations and to represent our school and our community very well. So I'm asking for the community's help in doing the things that have been asked to do by wearing a mask, by distancing. I realize that's hard. I realize those are not fun things to do, but it's where we are right now. It's what we have to do. So I'm asking for your help. If you have questions, you can always reach out to your school. We are providing masks for those that don't have them as they come in, but we'd ask that you wear your mask, appropriate mask, wear it effectively, and do your best to spread out at all sporting events that are there. Just so that you know, coming up, we will be communicating a few important dates as we move forward. I do want to communicate that the VIP at Home application closed several weeks ago. I've been getting calls even in the last few days asking if students can choose the VIP at Home route. We cannot do that as of right now. Understand that staffing needs take precedent when we have to do things like that, when we have to move things around. So our staffing was important. That's the reason the application was there. That's the reason that we had to make those decisions early. But if you will call and let me know if there is a medical need or some concern, then you can reach out to me and I will do my best to get back to you. But I do want everyone to understand that that program has been closed for a few weeks, and we're only taking those on a medical basis at this point. I do also want to finish just by bragging on our teachers and our staff. They have done a fantastic job of adapting to a situation that really no one could ever have foreseen and been prepared for. And they have done it with great attitudes, and I want you to know, if you see a teacher or an educator or a staff member, I hope that you'll thank them, praise them, pat them on the back, and just give them some encouragement, because they're getting it from all different sides, much like we all are. But teachers are having to teach students that are in front of them. They're teaching remotely. In some situations, they're teaching VIP at Home students. And so there's just a lot going on for those folks. And I hope that you will thank them and encourage them and just give them the things that they need to continue to reach our students and to do the things that we're asking them to do. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all the work that's gone in to the start of our school year, and I know it's going to continue to be a great one here in Warren County. So with that, I'll turn it over to our Vice Mayor, Ryle Chastain. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. The city continues to heed advice from top health officials regarding COVID-19. City offices are open but in limited capacities, and masks are required for entry to all city properties. Work continues but is nearing completion on City Hall and the new downtown police department. By early October, all offices should be relocated, and services such as walk-up bill pay and traffic court should be starting there. Last week, we cut the ribbon on our new dog park. We appreciate all the attendance and encourage everyone to utilize the park and to look for continued updates to the facility, such as obstacles for your pets, as well as updated parking. Work is also nearing completion on the Civic Center. We encourage everyone to look for updates on an open house and grand opening later this fall. Any inquiries of the city can be made by contacting City Hall itself. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today, and I would invite back to the podium County Mayor Jimmy Haley to conclude our update.
Thank you, Mr. Humphrey, Mr. Swallows, and Vice Mayor Chastain for the role that you've played and the work that you've done throughout these months and months of endless pandemic crisis and challenges that we have done every day. Do want to give you a couple of updates. I did extend my emergency declaration and executive order number 2 to mirror that of Tennessee Governor Bill Lee to the end of this month. The face mask requirement will remain in place, but will be evaluated each week after health numbers are actually managed and recommendations made by my command team, and as numbers are assessed. We will continue to monitor that progress and give updates and reports as needed. The numbers are showing some improvement, but we still must do our part to keep our children in school, our essential workers protected, and our front line of defense workers safe. In last week's press conference, Governor Bill Lee said this: "I do want to thank every Tennessean for their personal responsibility they've taken in doing the things necessary to mitigate the spread of the virus. We have leaders, and I want to thank Jimmy Haley, the mayor of Warren County, for his work this week. That county instituted a face mask requirement, and that makes an additional county that is doing what they believe is best for their community, for the safety of their people, as we continue together to work to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 and move toward the days ahead." Alas, this crisis has been a challenge, and every day has been a work in progress. We cannot assume anything or take anything for granted anymore. If what we do saves one life, then all of our efforts have been worth it. Just think about it. One life saved makes all our efforts worth it. So whether it's wearing a mask when appropriate, social distancing, personal hygiene, respecting others who are in fear of their health, it goes a long way in bringing things back to normal as we rebound and regain the opportunities that are available. I want to thank this outstanding community for all your tireless efforts. As a member of Rotary, I live by the motto that organization promotes around the world: service above self. Those who embrace that mantra have truly changed our world and will carry us through this pandemic to better days ahead. I also wish to give another shout out to all those who have gone the exceptional mile to help heal the scars of this pandemic, to those who have stood up and stepped up and done the right thing. It's been amazing to witness all of those efforts that have gone in to bring in stability and securing the lives of others. For those who have donated food or have helped with the feeding programs, delivered meals to the hungry, picked up prescriptions for shut-ins, provided lunches for our frontline defense workers, given blood to the Red Cross or Blood Assurance, helped with homework assistance at Kids the Community at the Hamilton Street Center, or for family, friends, and other children who may have need of homework assistance, mentored Tennessee Promise students who were starting college this fall, thanked a serviceman or woman in uniform, provided care for a veteran, or consoled a family stricken by COVID. These simple acts of kindness go a long way in healing our community that has been turned upside down during this crisis. And just remember, government cannot do everything. It's kind of a takeoff on JFK's quote, "Ask not what your county can do for you, but what you can do for your county." We are all in this together, and that's how we will survive. That's how we will rebuild, and that's how we will regain those lost moments over the past few months as we move together for a better tomorrow. We've done it before. We can do it again. Everything and anything is possible. That is who we are. That's really what defines us as a nation, as a state, and as a county and community. I do want to give a couple of more updates as far as county operations. We have to protect our employees, or there's no services across the county. So if you will abide by what we're doing in the county admin in the courthouse, Tuesdays and Thursdays, by appointments, if you'll call ahead to each office. We've got the drive-through at the clerk's office. It was kind of busy yesterday with the last day of the month and tag renewals, but we got it done. We have drop boxes. There are some online payments. If you do enter one of our buildings, you will be required to wear a face mask. You will have your temperature checked. You will sign in and sign out. You will abide by social distancing rules within each office. That's how we keep our employees safe. We'll continue our Zoom platform meetings as a county until further notice. For all other offices and services, please call that appropriate office, that appropriate director, and ask questions if you have any information that is needed for you to receive a service from our county. As far as testing, we have been put in a hot zone over the last few weeks with nearly 900 local cases. So the National Guard has returned to the health department for testing. That's Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we want to thank those servicemen and women for all their efforts to assist the health department with testing. Our residents have used the service successfully, and it is a great way to monitor what our numbers are across the county. In the meantime, once again, wear the masks, personal hygiene, social distancing, respecting all others during this pandemic. It goes a long way in what we do and what we show the rest of our state and nation that we can do as a community. I want to leave you with another quote from JFK. A man does what he must in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles and dangers and pressures. That is the basis of human morality. And as my grandmother used to say, level heads will prevail once again. So thank you for being a part of the winning team as Warren County faces this crisis one day at a time. We can do it. We always have. We always will. We encourage everyone that's played a part in this to continue the good work, whether it's our teachers, first responders, EMS, law enforcement, our essential workers, delivery men and women, each and every one of you. We appreciate all that you've done. Those that have been in the nonprofit agencies and support agencies across the community for the last almost 6 months, you have done a remarkable job. And we're proud of anything and everything that you have done to help bring some stability and normalcy to the lives of the people of Warren County. Once again, thank each and every one of you. We know that we can do this. We know we're a team player. We know our community faces better days ahead. We are Warren strong. Thank you.